Hello, welcome to January 2023, a brand new year. Hopefully it's going to be a better year, a happy and healthy year. I am coming to you with my goals for 2023 and talk a little bit about some sewing patterns that I hope to make. I didn't think I had a Make 9, but when I started going through the things that I definitely want to do this year, I came up with 9 items. I hope to make more than 9 items, but these are the things that are going to make up my Make 9. I started off yesterday on New Year's Day, decided that I should take my body measurements and jot them down. I also took my weight, and I have a little cheap composition book that I've jotted down like sewing notes since I began my sewing journey, and I don't have dates on everything, but I did find my measurements where I had written them down from sometime in the year 2020, but I don't know the exact date that I took those measurements. And even though I have measured occasionally when I've made new garments, I haven't measured prior to every single garment. And I thought, well, I should take my measurements again because I had noticed my clothes was getting a little bit snugger like a lot of other people. In the year 2021, or not 21, but 22, maybe a little bit in 21, but definitely 2022, I gained a little bit of weight. And so when I took my measurements yesterday, I noticed that I had gained inches everywhere. I thought I had mainly gained in the waistline, but I also had gained a little bit in the high bust. Not much in the high bust, but the full bust a little bit. My proportions are still the same as far as 3-inch difference, but I have gained in both places, and I also had gained a little bit in my waist and hip, more than I thought I had. And I did receive this book over for Christmas, Ahead of the Curve, and I haven't read anything in it so far except for how to take your measurements. And the recommendations that Jenny gives in this book are to do a high bust, a full bust, bicep. On the waistline, she recommends doing a high waist, lower waist, standing waist, and sitting waist. I have never taken any sitting measurements before, and that I think that will come in helpful for some of my plans that I have for later in the year. And then on the hip measurement, she recommends doing a standing hip and a sitting hip. Again, I had never taken a sitting hip measurement, and I found that helpful. And then also a thigh measurement, a standing thigh and a sitting thigh. And I found that very interesting. So I'm hoping that this book will come in handy as I am trying to gain more knowledge and do a better job of sewing in the coming year. So for my number 1 Make 9 plan is to make one of the patterns in this book. And I don't know which pattern I'm going to choose yet, because to be honest, I don't like to make a lot of plans. I have plans going all the time in my head, but I don't always write them down. But I like to go with how I'm feeling, the mood I'm in, and what fabrics I have on hand, if I have the right kind of fabric for the right kind of project, and fly by the seat of your pants kind of gal. That's pretty much me. But I do have some rough plans. So back to taking my measurements, I realized that for some of the projects that I want to make this year, that I do need to focus on taking back my health. So back in 2013, which is I was much younger then, I was 41, I lost over 40 pounds of weight. went from a size US size 16 to a size US 810. And depending on the company, this is store-bought clothing, depending on the company, I could wear either a size 8 or 10. And since that time, I have gained to where I'm wearing 10, 12s, mostly 12s. And my 12s are feeling a little snug. So it's time that I get back on board of taking better care of myself. I want to be able to lose some inches so that when I make some of the garments that I'm going to show you, that they will be the size that I want them to be and fit me. However, if I don't lose the weight, and this is my new body at 50 years old and going through menopause, it may be a struggle for me to lose where I want to lose. So let me just go ahead and talk about the things that I want to make. Okay, so number one was a pattern from the book Ahead of the Curve. And these next patterns are ones that I hope to make at least 2 or 3 of these patterns. So we'll start with Nielsen Jeans. And I have everything I need to make these. I have the fabric, I have the hardware. I do know that I would like to try either a straight leg or a slightly flared leg. And these are made with stretched denim, which I've never made a stretched denim pants before. I have made, let me show you, the closet, it says closet case, but they're now closet core patterns. Morgan boyfriend jeans, and these were out of a stiff denim, and it was my very first pair of jeans, and I made them in a kind of an olive taupe twill, and they fit me. They do bag out a little in the knee, but I wear it rarely. If I could speak, I mainly wear these for hiking or, you know, being out in the woods. I don't wear them out to town or anything like that. And I typically have to wear a belt with them because as the day progresses, they do get a little looser in the waist. But as far as the fit, they are very comfortable, and these are definitely in my plans for the future. I just don't know if they'll be in the plans for 2023. So the Nielsen Ash Jeans is a pair that I would like to get made in the year 2023. Okay, so the True Bias Lander pants is one of my, probably the very first time that I have made pants, but I made a pair of the Lander shorts in linen, and I absolutely love them. And so I have made, actually I don't know if the first pair was in linen or if it was in a cotton. Nevertheless, I've made 2 pairs of shorts and 1 pair of pants. And I hope to make, I already have the fabric, and I can't remember, I think it was like a remnant, so I don't know if I have enough to, I know I don't have enough to make pants, but look at the back, see where there's 3 lengths. I don't know if it's showing up here, but we got shorts, and then a knee length, and then a full length. And I either want to go with the knee length or go between the lengths and try to just maximize the length fabric that I have to make either like Bermuda length shorts or make these culottes type pants. And so that is one of my plans for 2023, and I want to get that done before summertime because I have tops already made that will go with the pants because it's a navy linen, and that'll be something that I would wear a lot. Another thing that I would like to make this year is the Closet Core Pietra Pants shorts. And I have made a mock-up of these in just inexpensive canvas fabric, and I made a pair of shorts. And I didn't know anything about drafting or hacking, but I actually did a little grading, but I did it on my own. And later realized that in this little booklet, it has some actual diagrams that shows you where you should grade at if you need to grade. And I can't remember what page it's on. Let me see if I can find it. I don't see it. But anyway, it does give some recommendations on where to grade. But the shorts that I made, they fit great. And it was something that I didn't think that I would like, but I wanted to try. And I have to admit that I did have trouble with getting the waist elastic in the back. It's very tricky. But I think that I have progressed enough in my sewing that I should be able to tackle that easier. And so that is one of my plans. And I do have fabric already purchased for these as well. And I either want to make the straight leg cropped pant or another pair of shorts. I haven't decided yet. Something that I would like to get made also soon, that is part of my, I guess you could say, Make 9 plans, is this Tessuti Patterns Isla top. And I'd like to make it in athleisure fabric, or like French terry for wearing for exercise, or even a cotton jersey. So that is another plan. Another thing that I definitely want to make in 2023 is let me take it out of the package, MadeIt Patterns Hug Hoodie. And I do not know if I want to make the version with the hood or this type of collar. But I do know that I will want to lengthen it probably at least an inch, because I don't like things that are very, very cropped. So I do want to add a little length, but that is on my plans for sometime, hopefully January or February. And then the next two items that are on my 2023 plans, I've actually started. I started over Christmas and New Year's, and that is I'm making another Atelier Jupe Tilde shirt dress. You can see part of it hanging on the chair behind me. So it is this fabric here, and I actually started sewing on it yesterday. I've had it cut out since, I don't know, December, early December, and I finally started sewing it. And I also would like to make another Atelier Jupe pattern. I had purchased 3 through Christmas that were on sale, and I'm thinking that I may tackle the Olivia blouse, but I don't have firm plans on that. The other project that I'm currently working on is Simplicity S8845, and it's a Mimi G pattern. It's the unisex jean jacket. And I have started sewing it, so I have got some of the front panels put together, and I'm currently working on this pocket. Now I am doing mine a little different, and I'll explain more about that, but I don't always like I don't know what they call it when they do the double top stitching. I only put single top stitching, but now I did do double around a section of the pocket, and so I may do a combination of single and double, because I'm not a huge fan of the double top stitching. And I'm very excited about getting this one finished. And the sew along that goes with that is, I think her husband is the one that maybe does the sew along, but I'm not sure. It is a man. and I've just started watching it. But yeah, so this is going to be, I think, a fun sew, but it's one that I'm going to have to really pay attention and take my time with. And I am making a few little changes, and I'll discuss that when I do my final reveal. The other thing that would round out my top 9 or mate 9 for 2023 is that I want to challenge myself to try a style art pattern. I have been looking at some of their patterns online. I do not have any purchased, but that is something that I would like to try in 2023. Please let me know what your plans are for 2023. Do you make plans, or do you fly by the seat of your pants? And like I said, I fly by the seat of my pants, but somehow I managed to come up with several projects that I definitely want to do. And I always have more tossing around in my head, and who knows, something may fall by the wayside and something may get added. But I'm looking forward to 2023, and I hope it's a happy sewing year, a happy health-wise year. I'd like to take charge of my health, move more, lose a little weight, sew more, and focus on me. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. If you like what you see, I hope that you will click like and that you will subscribe. I talked a little bit at the end of December about losing subscribers, and then I heard Izzy at Izzy Quilts and Sews mention that she had to remind herself not to focus so much on the numbers. And that is something that, as a YouTuber, that we tend to do when we look at our numbers, is to kind of focus in on that. But that's not why I started this channel. I started this channel because I didn't know anything about sewing, and I found watching other YouTubers' videos helpful, and I didn't watch just one YouTuber. I watched several because each person brought something different to the table. And I thought that I might be able to help someone, or help someone that maybe is old like me, because I started sewing just about 3 years ago, and I didn't even know how to use a sewing machine. And so it's never too late to learn something new, whether it's sewing or crocheting, knitting, or some other craft project, or it doesn't even have to be craft related. Just learning something new to challenge yourself and to use your brain in a different way. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you later in the month.